Hey everybody, I'm Delicia and welcome to my weekly top 5 cigar picks. Happy Sunday to you all. I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend and are off to a great start for your week in smoking. Starting with number 5 this week, I have a little mixture here, so we'll see how it goes. Starting with number 5, this is the Omar Ortez Original. This is a very budget-friendly stick, I guess you could say. Has just a very simple little footband that slides right off. And this one is a Nicaraguan puro. It has a very basic flavor profile. It has kind of a rich, earthy flavor, a little bit of leather, a hint of cedar, and once in a while you get a little bit of like a mild cocoa kind of mixed in there, but nothing that knocks your socks off. It's just a very basic, kind of like an everyday type of a smoke. So the price point is good on it. Again, it's a lower type of a value stick that you could do if you're like an everyday smoker. This would be a good way to go. And again, Nicaraguan puro. Number 4 this week is going out to the CLE. This is the Prieto. This has a nice little tissue paper. CLE has really gone through major efforts with their packaging to be all green, very earth friendly. They recycle their boxes, they replant the trees. They're getting to the point where I think in the near future they won't even maybe necessarily have any type of paper band. It'll just be something that's super earth friendly. So that's like their contribution back to the world, I guess you could say. So again, this is the Prieto, and it's a nice looking Maduro. It's a box pressed Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, Nicaraguan binder and filler. It's coming out of Honduras. This one, you do get a little bit of the cocos. You get the classic Maduro flavor profile. So you get the cocos, you get a little bit of coffee, a hint of cedar, red pepper flakes. You get an almond type of a nuttiness to it. Really a good stick. It does have a little bit more strength to it, so you definitely want to not smoke this one probably on an empty stomach. But again, good flavor profile, especially if you're a fan of Maduros. This is a really tasty Maduro. Number 3 this week is going out to the Leaf by Oscar. This is the Corojo. Now, I've seen this cigar smoked like out in public. I've seen them give it to somebody that was not very familiar with the product nor cigar smoking. So just as a friendly tip, in case you're not sure, the outer leaf is basically in place of like a cellophane. So it's not a smokable outer leaf. It is a real tobacco leaf, but again, not meant to be smoked. So the band itself is super earth friendly. It does have a very simple Leaf by Oscar design and lettering that pops right off, and then you actually unroll it from the leaf itself, and then you smoke the pretty cigar that's protected by this exterior leaf. But a really cool idea. Again, more going back to more of that earth friendly instead of the cellophane type of a display, I guess you could say. But this is, again, the Leaf by Oscar and the Corojo. And it is, of course, featuring a nice, beautiful, flavorful Corojo wrapper, Honduran binder, and filler. So this one, you're getting a spicy, more of a red pepper. You get a little bit of coffee. That Corojo tends to have a hint of that sweeter, but also still kind of woodsy type of profile. But this one's a really tasty stick, and he does have a few other in the profile that's by Leaf by Oscar. So there's a Maduro. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I know he has the Corojo, he has a Maduro, he has I think a Connecticut, I forget, but really cool idea, great concept, and good tasting cigars as well. Which brings me to number 2, the Tabernacle. This is blended, of course, by Nick Malillo for Foundation Cigars. That's his company. Great cigar, great looking cigar, great tasting cigar. Love it, love it, love it. This has been in the lineup several times over the past year. A really tasty stick. Great story behind it. If you want to learn more about this particular line or any of the Foundation lines, you can check out the interview with Nick Malillo on IPCPR video from this year. Really cool stories behind all of the cigars, and in particular this one. taking a closer look, has a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, a Mexican San Andres binder, and Honduran and Nicaraguan filler. This one you're getting the dark chocolates, you're getting the, you get a cedar, you get a nutty, you get a coffee bean, you get a nice spice all the way throughout. But it's a really fantastic blended cigar, lots of good complexity and flavors all the way throughout. I really enjoyed this cigar. I smoke it fairly often. And number 1 this week is going out to the Illuzzi. This is the Hot 10. I did a full review on this a while back. Hopefully you had a chance to watch it. But this is just a beautiful looking and a beautiful smoking cigar. It's coming out of Nicaragua, and it's actually a Nicaraguan puro, but it's featuring in particular a Corojo wrapper grown in Nicaragua, and then the binder and filler are also coming from Nica. You get just a plethora of flavors. You get like a sugary toasted feel to it. There's a light pepper that comes in. You get, that balance of the cocoa and the cedar kind of mixed in between. A beautiful nuttiness comes through. Once you get further into it, you get like a peanut cashew nuttiness, but just a really elegant smoke. It's beautiful to look at. The aroma is fantastic, and it's just a really good smoke. This one has a little bit of a higher price point. It's going to be at that $15 to $16 range. So kind of gave you a little like couple value sticks in there, mid-range, and then the higher price point. So just depending on what you're looking at spending this week, what you're doing with your time, that sort of thing. Try to give you guys a little bit of a variety. But again, this one, impeccable on the construction, and the flavor is just amazing. So highly recommend that you give all 5 of these a try if you've never smoked any of them. If you have, I always love to hear the feedback. And I thank you all so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a great week. Cheers.